If you were thinking about getting a Ram for 2023 or 2024, this is the perfect time to buy this truck. Let me explain. Special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. If you are in the market, this truck is available. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see what is optional and standard on this build. So here's a spec of that Ram 3500, and really quickly, do not freak out by the price of this truck. Base price is there at $79,885, and be sure to pause it for the standard equipment. Starting off the options is the billet silver, which is a metallic paint, followed by the Snow Chief package. And towing technology group is $895, and it continues at the top. Limited level 1 is the second most expensive option. Number 1 is this high output Cummins, and be sure to check out some of the other options that were listed. Destination came in at $1895 with a total price of $106,660. Because it's a cloudy day, you guys can really see the lighting a little bit better. But yeah, check these out. Full LED. They have an accent light right here, high and low beam projector. And by the way, there's a little bit of heat from these projectors too. Even at the top here, you guys can see clearance lights. They also give you these lights forward on the mirrors. Turn signals right there too. And this front design is still my favorite. The grille, everything. There is a camera on the front too. And normally when you see these limited trims, they always have the night edition. So it is nice to see one without it. And I still think it has a great appearance. And chrome doesn't look bad with the silver. I wish the silver was a little bit darker, but apart from that, still has a nice appearance to it. Now, did you guys notice something? Because this truck does not have night edition, they still gave it the black tow hooks. Mine had chrome, but I'm not complaining though. They do hide the parking sensors on the front. No Sport Performance hood because it doesn't have the night edition package. Now, these are still my favorite wheel design. They are wrapped in a Firestone Transforce tire, LT 285 60/20. 3,750 pounds of capacity at 80 psi. Solid front axle. And look how beefy the suspension is on this truck. When you get the Limited, you get that chrome trim piece. Some people love it, some people hate it. And then here's that other light for backing up your trailer. And both mirrors are heated. By the way, this truck has 8 different cameras. I'll show you what these cameras do. You also have one down below too. Smart key system. And let's go ahead and check out these deployable running boards. I do like how Ram does not give you chrome on theirs. The other two do if you don't get a night edition package for the GMs, that is. The Ford gives it to you regardless. Now this does have 31-gallon fuel tank and 5.7 gallon DEF. Ram boxes give you great storage. Here's your cargo plug. Lights are inside of here too. Now the pros of the Ram boxes are you get that storage on both sides of the bed. The cons for me outweigh the pros. You do not have the option for a 5th wheel prep package, and this does add about 115 pounds of weight to the overall truck, so that's going to take away from your payload capacity. So I would skip it personally. Now this does have the leaf pack because it's a 1-ton, and it has air suspension. This one does have the step. I have not seen the step in a long time. And then you just kind of kick it back in. And here's a good look at your tail lights, full LED, no incandescent bulbs. Reverse lights are also LED. This is the only truck that offers LED lights for your license plate. That's a small detail, but I feel like every manufacturer should do that. A lot going on back here. You have a 12-pin for camera view, 7-pin for your trailer, and you have another camera view for the back of your trailer for the rear view mirror. I love how Ram hides the parking sensors. Class 5 receiving hitch, and because this is a diesel, 373 is out back, and hopefully you guys can see the air suspension. They still provide shock absorbers, all that good stuff. I think this is the best riding truck for Ram when you have the air suspension. Here's the other side for your Ram box right here. They still provide the lighting in here on both sides. And they do provide a light down below here with a camera. And I don't know if you guys can tell, there are some camera views above. And let's go ahead and pop the hood. Now, if you don't know this, this Cummins, this is the high output. It's gonna have, you ready for this? 420 horsepower and 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Now that doesn't seem like a lot of power, but this is an inline six, and this inline six does a lot better job, in my opinion, putting that power down, especially when you're towing. Now, the only thing that holds this truck back is the transmission. This has the Eisen AS69RC 6-speed transmission. It's a phenomenal transmission. It really is. And the reason why I say it holds it back is when you're doing acceleration, you see how long it takes for it to really kind of get going. And that's because this truck is really built for towing. That transmission is, I call it a commercial truck transmission. It's better when it's under load most of the time. Now, with that being said, you know, when you're cruising, you can't really tell. They have done a lot of updates to the transmission, and it is a lot smoother. And speaking of smooth, the air suspension on this truck is phenomenal. Like, you can't beat it, guys. You just can't. Like, there's a huge difference between having this air suspension and not. It's great for towing, and it's great for cruising around unloaded. Now, this gauge cluster is a game changer. I think that Ram has the best. It really outperforms GM's, and it definitely outperforms Ford's. And a lot of people probably jump ship for Ram trucks because of the interior, especially the 12-inch display. Like, I think that when most people saw this truck's interior, they had already made up in their mind that they were going to buy this truck. But yeah, the center console in this truck is super good. Again, another high point. This is why I think Ram trucks are the best, because you get a lot of cool features. And, you know, hey, they've copied GM. I mean, especially with the mirror, you know, you have that, you know, that camera view here. And as I said to you guys on the outside, when you have those additional cameras on the mirror, they basically show you a side view of your trailer on each side of it, basically, at all times. And that's really cool that they give that to you. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the reason why you buy the Mega Cab. Now, below the seat, there's storage. These seats do recline, and you have storage behind the seat. If you do hot shot, or if you travel in your truck, maybe hauling some goods, this seat does drop all the way down by pulling this lever. So this provides a flat floor surface for if you decide you want to sleep inside your truck, basically. Out back, you do have outboard heated seats, tons of USB Type A's and Type C's. You have a power plug out back and up front. Great storage for the back seat. And yeah, if you don't have someone sitting in the center, you can use this as an armrest and cup holders. Now I'm gonna accelerate a little bit, wide open throttle. But yeah, this truck, you can tell how smooth it is when you accelerate. Now again, there's a delay in there too, and I think that's because the Eisen transmission isn't as strong, like to take the abuse of hard acceleration unloaded. Now, when you have a trailer hooked up, obviously you can't accelerate fast, but I feel like that's where you unlock all the power for this truck. I know that Ram said in the past that this truck has all the power all the time. I disagree with that. I think that this truck is definitely detuned, or there's torque management. That's probably, it's not detuned, it's torque management definitely apparent in this truck. But let's go ahead and discuss why I think this is the perfect time to buy this truck. Right now, if you are in the market for a limited Ram, it is really hard to find these trucks. And sometimes, in a lot of cases, dealerships will only sell these to you at or above sticker price. So with that being said, there's $1,500 right now on these trucks. And if you consider the fact that the 2024s are the identical truck, you're gonna pay in the neighborhood of $2,000 more because of the fact that the trucks had a price increase for 2024, and as I just mentioned, there's $1,500 of cash on these trucks. You also have to consider the fact that this truck is probably gonna get a redesign in 2025, which means if you don't want the first model year of the problems that they're gonna have, it's better to buy something like this now, because typically they fix all the issues in these trucks within the last model years. But I hope this video was helpful. As I always do, I gotta show you guys the numbers on the door, and then we'll end off this video. So, right here, you guys can see, this truck has a gross axle rating up front at 6,000, the rear is 7,000, gross vehicle weight rating is 12,300 pounds, and payload is 3,618 pounds. Now, as I mentioned, this truck does have the Ram boxes. My truck had 3,759 pounds of capacity. So with that being said, these are gonna take a little bit of capacity from you, so I recommend you just skip it and get the fifth wheel prep package. But you can still get a fifth wheel package in this truck aftermarket. That way, if you do need to tow a fifth wheel, it is possible. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller here in Sandy, Utah. If you are in the market, be sure to ask for Naffle. See you guys soon. Since you guys stayed till the end, I figured I'll show you the cameras. This makes backing into a tight parking spot really, really easy. And also, bed view cameras right here. You can zoom in. They also have cameras for your trailer. So you have this, which is helpful for backing up. And as I mentioned on the outside, you do have those extra cameras on the mirrors right there. So you can see that it has a divider, and those cameras are going to show you on the side of your trailer. So it's like to help with blind spot.